Holidays and welcome to Park Center High School for the Pirates girls basketball holiday tournament tonight. It's a matchup between the Elk River Elks and the Park Center Pirates. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Ryan Iverson. And Ryan, these teams defending champs in the two divisions of the Northwest Suburban Conference. Off to pretty decent starts this year against good competition. We look for a really good one here tonight.
Yeah, we do, and I always love these holiday tournaments, Jay. It's like, how do you mix in presents and family and rest and all that, but it's also a great time to get together and find out what your team's made of. And you get these holiday tournaments, you play against really good competition, and I always like going into the new year, hey, here's where we stack up, we know what we got to work on, and we know how good maybe we can be this year.
Park Center, of course, the two-time defending state class 3A champion. However, not in 3A anymore. They're moving up to 4A. This is a lot of the same teams that they've played in conference play, so it's not that big of a switch in the regular year, but they know that at playoff time the road will get tougher.
Yeah, I always thought for them, I mean, they were talented enough, had the athleticism to beat anyone. They had a lot of sustained success in this conference. So I think it's good for them to challenge themselves, move up a class, and they're used to it. They play it all year long. They've played some of the best teams already in the big schools in the state of Minnesota. So I think that's a great move for them, and certainly one that they'll be able to handle pretty successfully.
Elk River's had some good success of late, but the thorn on their side has been St. Michael Albertville. They lost to them 3 times in a row in section championship play. They also lost to them just last week in regular season play. But they're definitely built a good program, 25 wins a year ago and undefeated in the Northwest Suburban, which is not easy to do.
Oh, absolutely. I said this earlier. I think the Northwest Suburban for girls basketball might be top to bottom the best conference, at least the deepest conference in the state of Minnesota. So, and losing to St. Michael Albertville is no slouch, as Hopkins found out. Minnetonka is going to find out too. So they are an excellent program, and this is the year. They have the size, they have the talent, and they think this is maybe the year that they can break through in their section.
Let's talk about a couple of key players to look at. We got a great post matchup tonight, probably as good a matchup as you could find in the state. And 6'3" on both sides. Abby Scheid for Elk River will be playing for Northwestern in college.
I'm really looking forward to seeing her play. She's got great footwork, great stats. Both of these big girls, the centers have stats, but she's very smart, she's physical, excellent rebounder. I hope that they go mano-a-mano. So many times you see these matchups and they end up double teaming, and I want to see these girls one-on-one, who can stop who. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Also at 6'3" for Park Center, but a junior, Michaela Hayes, is verbally committed to play at Florida.
She's been fun. We've done her games for the last couple of years, and to watch her really grow into that lengthy frame she has. She's got the strength. She's got great athleticism. She just gets better and better, and I want to see her take that next step to being a complete dominant player, Jay, where she can put up 30 and 20 in a game. She's that good, that athletic, going to Florida, and she's just gotten better and better every year. And she's going to take this team. If they're going to compete for a title at that next level, she's got to be the main focus of that.
A lot of weapons on both teams. Elk River maybe a little bigger, Park Center possibly a little quicker. We'll see how it all shakes out tonight. It's the Elks and the Pirates girls basketball up next here on 12 Sports.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
Welcome to Park Center High School for the Park Center Invitational Girls Basketball Tournament. The Elk River Elks coming in at 5-2, Park Center at 5-3. I'm Jay Wilcox along with Ryan Iverson, and joining us from the courtside tonight will be Allie Arlt. Let's go down to Allie.
Hey, thanks, Jay. I talked to Coach Vanderhyde before the game about the confidence level of this team. He said that with 4 returning starters, their basketball play right now is at an all-time high. They're playing at a very high level, and so is that confidence. Now, he brought in 4 sophomores to the varsity squad this year. He says their confidence isn't there yet, but with more varsity experience, that will rise. And when that collective confidence can rise for this entire team, this squad is going to be the one to beat.
Thanks very much, Allie, and a great post matchup tonight. And jumping center, Abby Scheid, 6'3" senior for Elk River, committed to Northwestern. Michaela Hayes, 6'3" junior for Park Center. She's headed to to Florida, or verbally committed to Florida. So,
little Big Ten SEC action.
Yeah,
here.
great post players and good teams all around here. These teams, as Hayes tipping it, but controlled by Elk River. And it will be Park Center ball as the Elks were out of bounds. These teams were the champions last year of the 2 divisions of the Northwest Suburbans. We get a look at the starters for Reed Coette and the Elks. Sydney Wentland, Ava Kramer, Abby Hawk, Abby Scheid, and Sydney Wentland. Park Center basketball here as you look at the Pirates starting lineup. Io Bomadelli pitching it inside. Here's Michaela Hayes, but had it stripped away as Kramer coming down to knock that one loose for the Elks. Kramer looking to attack in transition, a wild shot to get a second crack at it. Now the Elks setting it up, down inside they go with it. Scheid kicks the pass over, open jumper, and that one not close there for Sydney Wentland, and it will be Park Center basketball.
Well, I like what Scheid did there. In Park Center, you can see they're going to double early. They're not going to let it play one-on-one down low. So the double and a nice unselfish play, and that's a jump shot you got to knock down when you get those open mid-range jump shots.
Inbounded here to Danielle Shaw, bringing it up against Kramer. Elk River primarily a man-to-man team, but they'll do some mixing and matching here a little bit tonight. And how each team handles each other's press is going to be a little bit of a thing to watch here in this game too. Here's Shaw popping free, fakes the shot, then puts it on the deck, and that one partially blocked. Gets it back, Simonette lining it up from the left wing, no good. Saved in, and Scheid will control it after the nice save by Hawk. Left side, they look to attack at Hayes, but too hard was Kelsey Cox. Kind of a jittery start here. Here's Schaub. Nice pass to Hayes for the layup.
Great two-man game right there. And just throw it up. Michaela Hayes goes and gets it. The other thing, too, that I think Michaela Hayes has gotten so much better at, Jay, is she plays without fouling. And you saw that last play. She deterred that shot without drawing the foul, knowing how important she is to her team. Can't get too early fouls, get out of the game. And that goes both ways for both of these post players here tonight.
There's a look at Reed Coette in his 10th season with the Elks. 25 wins a year ago. They went unbeaten in the Northwest Suburban Conference to win the North Division, and Park Center was the champion of the West Division, and Elk River beat the Pirates in the regular season. Scheid tipping that pass away as they tried to go back to Hayes right there.
You can see on the other end, they were trying to get Scheid the ball down in the post, and what the Pirates are doing is they're sending that opposite guard coming over as that ball is in the air, that time able to get a steal. So interesting to see how Park Center is choosing to defend Abby Scheid there. And now it's about adjustments. How do you adjust? You got to find a way to get your best player the ball.
Chris Vanderhyde, 3rd season. Tough to beat what he's done so far. 2 seasons, 2 state titles. There's a discussion, I think, on the possession arrow after the opening tip. The ball was briefly controlled by Elk River, and then they stepped out of bounds. And now the officials are huddling about who, was that possession and should it be the other way? And that's what this discussion is about right now. Yeah, so the possession arrow will stay favoring Elk River. They rule that they never had full control possession of it. This situation wasn't a tie-up, of course, but for the next one. Hayes looking to Simonette, popping out on the wing, off the back iron. Io Bomadelli the rebound. And they will go again with it here as Schaub handles it out high. Here's Summer Blakemore, one of those sophomores that Allie talked about. Inside they go to Hayes, and Scheid got caught on the top side a little bit, and a perfect feed.
Yeah, and I think Scheid's got to just stay behind her on that. If you gamble and you don't get it, Michaela Hayes is too good. She's going to make you pay. I think I'd like to see that matchup where she plays her right behind and make her work to get a bucket.
Blakemore is going to be called for the foul as she tried to jump out into the passing lane there as we get another look.
Yeah, and you can see Scheid trying to get around there. She gambles. She doesn't get it, and that's where you got to have that backup help right there. You got to take away what the team that you're playing, what they do best, and there's no one better at Michaela Hayes. If she catches it at the rim, she's going to finish. Got to try to take that away. Got to have help side defense as well.
Simonette nearly tied that one up. They go inside to Scheid, and Hayes gets a piece of it, and then she is tied up. And then here's where we get the alternating possession coming into play as Elk River will get the ball right back.
Yeah, Scheid had a pump fake, and there you see Michaela Hayes. That's something she's gotten better at as she's gotten older. Her timing, her patience. She waited for it, timed it perfectly, able to get the block.
Into Scheid that time, and Schaub able to bother that shot. Now, I'm sure Elk River saying there was a little contact on that last one, but they don't get it. Here's Blakemore driving it to the hole and off the backboard. Elks have still yet to score. Goes inside here, and Cox trying to come up with it. Now a tie-up, and it'll go Park Center's way. Very difficult start here for Elk River, for a team that's a top 10 team to still be at 0 here. Not feeling good about the possessions they've had early.
Well, no, just no rhythm offensively. Ball's hitting the floor, a lot of girls on the floor. They just got to settle down, get into the flow, and a lot of times until you get that first basket and can kind of settle down a little bit, you tend to play out of rhythm a little bit.
Danielle Lockmiller, 31, just came in, a 5'10 junior for the Elks, first sub of the game for either team. Io Bomadelli handling it out high. Her offensive game has grown. She's a great defender.
Yep.
Now it's Schaub turning the corner. Scheid came out to challenge and left that one short. Here's Hawk giving it to the trailer, Scheid, and she is fouled. That time Simonette trying to get in the way, and Scheid was just going to accept that contact and go right up.
Well,
didn't get the hoop, but draws the foul.
No, how about Hawk? Just great patience. You talk about being familiar with your teammates, knowing that she was going to fill the lane there. And how about for 6'3" center to be able to run the floor like that, catch it, and then to try to be able to make a play at the hoop too. Very impressive.
Scheid misses a free throw. My mistake, the foul was not on Simonette. It was actually Io Bomadelli who came across and chopped down first. There subbing in for the Pirates is Jada Buford, the talented sophomore. Scheid, second free throw good. Elk River finally on the board.
Well, you could say it might not be a good thing to have so many sophomores. I think it's a great thing. These girls are going to get some valuable playing time this year, and you know they're just stockpiling for future years as well.
Blakemore from the left side, missed on that one, and trying to stay in bounds, but unable to do so as she went to the ground was Gabby Haack. She grabbed that rebound, but was off balance and started to try and dribble, but her body went onto the baseline.
Yeah, great effort, though, and you could see her wherewithal to know to try to get that ball down without traveling.
And going to be a 5-second violation. Pirates unable to get the ball inbounded. And you don't see that very much anymore, although I'm okay with doing that rather than wasting a timeout. People seem to think it's automatic. We got to use a timeout here. If you're in the last 4 minutes of the game, sure, but not necessarily here.
Yeah, and you just love that defense. You're on the road. That's how you beat a two-time defending state championship, is you deny balls like that, force turnovers, get yourself more possessions.
Elk River turning it over, though, as Hayes intercepted that errant pass. Buford hounded out high, gave up the dribble, but hands it over to Schaub. Against the really good teams, Park Center's had a little trouble with turnovers. That Coach Vanderheide was talking about that. Scheid will pick up this foul, so he jumped out to double team there.
And you like that effort, but you don't want Scheid getting a foul 20 feet away from the basket, especially when she's going to have her hands full guarding Michaela Hayes down low. So you like the effort of your center out there guarding the ball like that, but you don't want to get a foul that far away from the basket.
Jamie Langman just checked in for the Elks, one of their captains, a 5'8" senior, softball star. Schaub kicking it right back. Buford from the top of the key is wide left. We've seen some not real close misses for both teams in the early going here. And a strong drive, unable to finish was Hawk, but she will go to the free throw line as she kind of forced the issue, made the defender step into her path.
Well, you can see right there at that three-point line, she realized she had a step and her speed going, and that the only way that the defender was going to be able to get in front of her was to foul her. So a heads-up play. Hawk's a very capable scorer, averaging in double figures, and she's a good shooter. We've seen her make a couple of nice passes already too. Yeah, Hawk averaging just over 13 points a game.
Reed Coed has to be thinking, boy, we've had a terrible offensive start. The good news is Park Center hasn't been all that much better, so it's still just 4-2.
Well, that's why playing good defense is so key in basketball, because you know what? Offense is going to come and go. Offense doesn't always travel on the road, you're not always hitting shots, but you can always defend, and there's another turnover right there. Defense always travels, and if you play defense, no matter how slow you start off offensively, you're going to keep yourself in the ball game.
This can be a real intimidating place to play, although we have to say that on holiday break there are not many students here, which usually makes this a very loud, intimate gym to play in for visiting teams. There's Scheid stepping out and nailing a three. First field goal of the game for Elk River, and they will jump ahead 5-4.
How about having that ability, Jay? 6'3", to be able to step out like that, hit nothing but net from the three-point land. That's an excellent shot, excellent skill set to have for a 6'3" center.
Buford on the run, gets it to bounce and drop. Soft touch there as it hit the rim 2 or 3 times and settled into the net.
She's got really good quickness. She's 5'8", she's long. I think they want her to be aggressive like that, looking to score. It's just another person to defend for this tough Pirate team.
And shot missed inside, missed again there for Lockmiller, as it was nearly an assist from her knees there for Hawk as she lost the ball initially and made a great pass. Really should have been a hoop, but they don't get it, as Lockmiller was in a hurry to try and put that shot up. She ends up getting the foul. As you see, Io Bomadelli has come back in here for Park Center. Also in for the Pirates is Aja Michael, number 32. So Park Center up by a point here, and a slow start offensively for both teams. Although that maybe is good defense too, is a good part of that as well. They pitch it into Io Bomadelli, posting, and lost the handle. Elk River
nice.
looking to run it back. Here's Langbin for the layup and missed it. And they'll get it back out and try again. Here's Kramer for three, and that's good. Just the way you draw it up, right? Miss a layup and then get a three.
Well, Kramer, she averages double figures, over 10 points. She's an excellent shooter. You're right, Elk River missing a couple of these easy layups. Instead, maybe that was all part of the plan. We'd rather wait, get a nice three-point shot in our transition break there.
Io Bomadelli's pass, too tall there for Michaels. We get another look at Kramer's open look, and sometimes that's when you can get open looks, is off of an offensive rebound or scramble where, you know, your defender is just kind of sucked down in looking for the ball.
You get a lot of open looks when you play inside out. Now, granted, that wasn't how you want to play inside. Off of a miss, there's a nice post feed, and I can tell you that Abby Scheid is seeing Michaela Hayes sitting on the bench right now, and her eyes have lit up. She wants that ball every time down low.
Michael trying to attack her, but instead will be called for the travel.
And lucky there, I thought for the Elks, I thought that might be the second foul on Scheid. Instead, moved her pivot foot. They're going to get another turnover. So Elk River kind of doing a nice job of settling the calm after that storm, after kind of an ugly start offensively, starting to piece together stops and starting to piece together some buckets too. And of course, right as I say that, they turn it over.
Looked like a pretty good backdoor feed, but Kramer unable to haul it in, and it goes out of bounds. Megan Dubois coming in, number 21 here for Park Center.
I swear we've had a Dubois on this Park Center girls team for the last 10 years, it seems like.
And how about Schaub, too?
Yeah, Schaub's, too. So if these names sound familiar, it's the second, third generation players.
Pirates down by 4. Here's Dubois to Hayes at the high post. Now puts it on the deck, driving it left hand, no good, and Langbin the rebound.
And a nice job defensively right there by Scheid, moving her feet, using her physicality. And she's a year older, a year more experienced too, getting up, bodying Michaela Hayes a little bit. I think that threw her off that shot.
Here's Scheid flashing out, gives it back to Kramer. And now Scheid calling for it inside, but is doubled. And a reach in here by Michael, it looks like. And the foul's starting to mount up just a little bit here for the Pirates.
Well, and I'll tell you what, too, Jay, when you play inside out like that, even if Scheid isn't getting a shot off, you can see the Pirates defense, they've been working on it. They're collapsing into the lane, and it's just going to open up, whether it's open looks or there was a great driving lane. You're going to get opportunities if you play inside out. And if you have a center who's unselfish, and it certainly seems like Scheid is that way.
Langbin back to Lockmiller. Here's Scheid at the baseline. Driving it into the middle, and got away. I was going to say got away with the walk, but she didn't.
I was going to say that was the Euro step, but we are not in Europe. I like that move, though. I wish they'd let that one go. It looks worse than I actually think it is.
Here's Hayes flashing to the top now. Io Bomadelli. Schaub thought about it, now drives it to the baseline. Around Scheid, missed it. Hayes trying to keep it alive, but tips it out of bounds, and it will be Elk River basketball, and the drought continues now for Park Center.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a move. She hung in the air there, avoided that, but that's where having shot blockers comes in so handy. Even if you don't actually block it, you know, people, and you can bet on the other, Michaela Hayes, how many shots does she alter through the course of a game? You're aware of it. As a guard, you're constantly aware of shot blockers.
Back out to Scheid, and Iobamadeli getting a piece of that one, and Schaub comes up with it. Over for Iobamadeli, but the layup won't fall.
What a great pass.
Kramer into the front court, just out of the corner of her eye, saw Iobamadeli coming. Here's Cox, and Iobamadeli gets a piece of another one. And then they, in turn, throw it too far ahead of Ann Simonet.
How good is Iobamadeli on defense? I mean, she is just all over the place. She's got such quick hands. I thought she might have been their most valuable player last year in their state tournament run. The way she was playing late in the season, in the playoffs, she's just versatile. She reminds me almost of a Scottie Pippen, if you will. Does a little bit of everything, really athletic, could guard numerous positions too.
The thing that I was watching her play earlier this year against Maple Grove too is you can't really practice because you don't have a player on your team who's anywhere near as quick to the ball as her.
No, and she's long. You know, she's not that tall, but she's got great speed, great length. She's 5'8", but she's got long arms, quick, athletic, and she's smart. She knows how to play the game.
Dubois doubled up out high, but they got a little too aggressive. And they saw an opportunity to go for the double team, but they're going to get the foul call there against Langben.
I like how they aggressively double team that high ball screen, but that's just where you make that double. If you don't get it, you got to rotate back rather than give up a cheap foul like that 25 feet away from the basket.
And again, they look to double the dribbler, and there's Langben picking it off. Langben cutting down the middle, now Cox, and they have to scramble to get back into a position here. Baseline drive, that's going to be a travel. She saw Hayes in her way, and Langben couldn't really come to a good jump stop there.
Well, and that's the key. You got to come to a jump stop. You have to make a decision when the shot blocker is there. You either pull up for that little mid-range, or you attack, and you got to make a quick pass. And that time, unsure of it, and just being aware of Michaela Hayes' presence. That's what the impact of a shot blocker.
Dubois kicking it across. Simonet open. Short with that one, though, and rebounded by the Elks as Wentland comes out of there with it.
I really like what Elk River's doing defensively. You know, another way you get the ball out of the post is you make it really, really hard for the guards to get, to see the post. You pressure them, and they've done a nice job creating turnovers, pressuring their guards, not allowing them to have easy post feeds down low.
Simonet to the baseline, dropping it off for Hayes. The little pick and pop, and she hits her third bucket of the night, but first in a while. And the drought over for the Pirates there to within 10-8.
Yeah, and you're seeing both centers with that ability to step out and knock that jump shot down, too. It's just a really great skill.
Langben, nice feed over to Scheid, but missed it. And Dubois, well, it's going to be out off of Elk River. Looked like Dubois hit it, but.
And you see the Simonet with the nice drive. She gets Scheid to come over to her. Michaela Hayes does a nice job of following that screen there and knocks down a 10-foot jump shot with really nice touch.
And I like that. I like the way that the game has evolved to see that. There were coaches a long time ago that tell you, you got to.
You're 6'3", you go right to the rim. And there's people now that think that we're too much of a jump shooting society where, in the NBA you have no power forwards. It's all that pick and pop. And so, but you want to be able to do both. I always tell kids, you want to be versatile. Make a coach not want to ever take you out of the game. If you can do everything, you're going to find a way to stay on the floor.
Now be a basketball player.
Yeah. Can you shoot? You got to be able to handle. That's why you're seeing some of these bigger girls that can handle now, and they develop that jump shot. But you got to maintain, too. Both of these two centers are physically imposing, and that's where you got to start. That's your bread and butter, and you work your way out. And I think both of them done a pretty nice job of mixing and matching their offensive games here tonight.
So look at the Class 4A rankings, and we see Elk River at number 5 and Park Center at number 10. And the Pirates, Coach Vanderheide was telling me, after they play Minnetonka tomorrow, they'll have already played 5 top 10 teams. So not shying away from any competition level. And there's no reason to, with the success they've had, they've got experience. And everybody's really realizing that a gaudy regular season record is not, really what you should focus on.
My thing was always, okay, would you rather, and I think this way even through college, why not schedule tough early on? And if you get some losses, so what? These guys, if they do make it to the state tournament or in the sections, they're going to have played Albertville. They're going to have played Hopkins, Minnetonka. I mean, they're going to fear nobody. And the fact is, even if you lose, if you're in the game, you build from it. You learn from it. So I love that you play hard teams early on. Prepares you for tough games in combat. It just makes your team tougher, more battle-tested. So I really like it.
And I like, too, not just good teams, but a variety of teams. Play teams who press the heck out of you. Play teams that shoot the ball, so that you're ready for a lot of different things, too. So different conferences work out that way, too.
Yep. Absolutely.
Schaub the miss, scramble for the rebound. The Elks end up with it. Good hustle by Lochmiller to get on the floor for that one. Wentland trying to reverse it now, goes inside. Hawk driving, Hayes a clean block. And Schaub coming back, and then a reach-in foul on Elk River as Wentland got out of position just a bit and reached.
And that's a play, I think 2 years ago, Michaela Hayes would have used her body, bended her arms forward, and got a foul call. That time she goes straight up, great timing. And I love, too, Hawk attacking her, trying to maybe get a foul on Michaela Hayes, but just a really nice play defensively.
I'm going to give a thumbs up to the officials, too, because I think there are times when people call too many fouls on blocks, and they don't let a shot blocker do their thing.
No, I agree, and they normally reward an offensive player for attacking. There's a travel.
Hayes with it out high. Under 6 to play in the first half. 10-8 Elk River. Hayes rolling to the hoop, no good. Buford was there but rushed it, and Scheid grabs that miss.
I do. I think Scheid's physicality, she's getting into the body a little bit of Michaela Hayes. Her rhythm there looks a little bit off, so I like to see him going at it, though.
Oh, and Hayes swatting that one and almost got to possession for a team, too, as it looked like it almost landed on Wentland. And you could see that one coming. Normally, Wentland curling here is a great play, but
that's where, as Wentland's got to see that Hayes is coming over, and she's got to look for her teammate. Scheid's got to be calling for that ball. Get that ball in for a layup. You draw the defender over.
And Scheid the miss, and a foul call against the Elks as Buford ripped that ball away, and Lochmiller is going to be called for the foul. And good job, Jada Buford there. You grab a rebound, you don't hold it out and say, here, would you like half of this?
You take it right back, yep.
Blakemore looking inside, Scheid getting over to give a three-quarter front, and then a foul. Lochmiller is going to pick up her third already here, so not a lot of fouls overall, but she's kind of run them up in a hurry.
Coach Coed looking at her like, what are you doing? I just had a sub coming in for you, and now you picked up your third foul.
Although I think when you're preaching be aggressive defensively, you do have to live with that a little bit.
You got to do it with a smart way, though, right? You don't want to necessarily give 3 fouls in a matter of a minute all away from the basket, too. You got to play. We always call it it's a wild abandon, but you got to be intelligent with it. You got to make educated risks.
And even just the way that nice backdoor pass, Blakemore is fouled as Hawk was just a touch late. Even the way that, if you're squared up defensively and moving your feet the right way, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt more than if you're kind of awkwardly reaching, too.
Yep. Well, Michael Jordan always has a saying, you reach, I teach, right? And I think referees, they see that. If you reach, more than likely or not, they're gonna call a foul on you, whether you did or not. But if you're in a good defensive stance, moving your feet, you're going to get rewarded for it.
Blakemore's free throw is good. Her second one could tie it up here for PC. 4:49 to go in this first half. Second free throw also good. So Blakemore, those are the first 2 free throws of the game for the Pirates. We are evened up at 10 apiece. Kramer into the front court here, and backdoor pass. Layup is good as Wentland snuck in and behind the defense there. 12-10 Elks.
Elk River's done they have a play where they set 2 double back screens, and that's the second or third time that they've had it open. That's the first time they actually executed it with a make, but they see something that they like on that, and it's been able to work.
Scheid jumping out to steal that one, and now she dribbles into the front court. Back for Kramer, lining up a 3, but too strong with that. And then a tie-up on the rebound. Held ball will go Park Center's way.
How about your center getting the steal on one end, leading it in transition on the other? Makes it a very good decision. And Kramer just unable to knock the three down.
Elk River coming with pressure. Osseo Bomadelli giving it over to Schaub. Osseo Bomadelli across to Schaub. Now looking to turn the corner, block shot, but a foul called. And she will head to the free throw line.
Yeah, smart play. She felt the contact, drove right into the chest of, I think that was Kelsey Cox that they're going to get the foul on.
Looks like Kramer was called for the
They
foul.
get Kramer, yeah.
I was going to say the whistle came a little bit early, so it wasn't actually, I don't think, the last defender to come into her. Schaub's free throw is good, so 12-11 lead for Reed Coed and the Elks. Schaub looking to tie it up and makes a pair. Park Center backing off into a half court man-to-man here as Kramer comes into the front court. Baseline jumpers and air ball there for Cox. And then we get a tie-up. It'll go Elk River's way.
Tell you what, Sydney Wentland, number 25 for the Elks, she is working on the offensive glass. A couple possessions ago, she tied it up, and this time able to tie it up again, which will give them possession. So really good work.
Scheid doubled up out of the corner. And the three is good for Hawk as they had that extra pass really helped them.
Yeah, great extra pass. And again, playing inside out. Scheid gets the ball inside. They double. She kicks it out. One more extra pass. Leads to a nice open three for Hawk, and she bears it.
Schaub driving it. And will it count it? Yes. And a foul on Kramer. It's a good little matchup out there between a couple of feisty point guards, and Schaub wins this battle.
Yeah, she's 5'5", and she's a lot stronger than she looks, Jay. She took the contact and still able to get that shot off and finish it. Back and forth we go.
So second foul on Kramer, something to keep an eye on for the Elks. Their best perimeter defender, it looks like. Schaub makes the three-point play. Pirates are 5 for 5 from the line, and that has enabled them to fight back and tie this one up at 15.
They've been more aggressive at going to the basket. Elk River, a lot of their shots have been playing inside, kicking it out and getting open looks from the perimeter.
Scheid flashing out high, and then an unsuspecting Wentland had that one almost hit her in the forehead as she was going to start to make a cut or go set a screen and wasn't looking.
And those are the kind of turnovers that drive coaches nuts. When they're unforced, they're not pressure. They're just kind of miscommunication type stuff that you just, especially when it's your senior leader making it, you just shake your head.
I remember having a coach tell me before, you know, he said I wasn't looking. Well, if you're on the court, you better be looking, know where that ball is. Here's Osseo Bomadelli with the drive, and she draws a foul. They've done a nice job of being able to spread out the lane a little bit and get some one-on-one driving lanes.
Yeah, and lucky for them, too, Scheid is going out with Michaela Hayes. They're putting Michaela Hayes out on the perimeter a little bit, so they're getting the shot blocker away from the basket, using their quickness and explosiveness to get to the basket, draw fouls.
10th foul on the Elks, and you have to believe that'll pay dividends, you know, down the stretch of this game too. Osseo Bomadelli hits again. They've been good at the line, so that's the immediate benefit, but also getting them in foul trouble for the second half. Makes another one. So the Pirates back in front now at 17-15. A little under 3 minutes to play here in the opening half from Park Center. We'll hear from the coaches at halftime with Allie in this one. And Osseo Bomadelli, that almost looked too easy. She wins the race to that ball with ease. Osseo Bomadelli will hand it back over to Schaub. Now here's Dubois looking for cutters. Hayes comes out to get it. They want that high-low action, but Scheid's been able to deny it pretty well.
Yeah, she's fronting it. It's what we call a half front. Oh, another nice drive. And a finish, too, by Schaub. she's able to get that step on the defender, but she's also able to finish.
And Bomadelli came over and got quite a bit of basketball, but some body too, and Cox will go to the free throw line as Bomadelli picks up her second.
And that time, Elk River, Cox maybe saying, hey, they're getting all the calls. They're going to the basket. Why don't we try it? She attacks, and she gets rewarded with a trip to the free throw line as well.
Yeah, it was really good instinct by Bomadelli, but just got a little bit too much body.
Well, and I think that's one of those too, Jay, that you were talking about, where sometimes it looks like it's going to be a foul, whether it actually is or not. Again, then that's why I preach all the time. You attack aggressively at the basket, you're going to get rewarded more often than not.
And second free throw is good, so Cox gets 1 out of 2. And Park Center leading it by 3. Down low to Hayes. Back out to Du Bois. Trying to go inside to Hayes. Now recovers it. Turns with the left hand and off target with that one. Here come the Elks. Chance for 2-on-1, and that's a miss. Scheid gets it back, goes up and draws a foul.
That time she just went up and got it. Nice.
Let's go down to Allie at courtside.
Guys, after that foul by Bomadelli, she looked to have gagged on the court. She actually asked for a sub, and she told her coach that her stomach wasn't feeling well, so we'll have to keep an eye out to see if she'll be back in this game.
Thanks very much, Allie. That last foul was against Michael as Scheid hits the free throw.
But that's what you love to see. Scheid getting that out, tipping the offensive rebound to herself and going right back at it.
Second free throw also good, so.
And I think Scheid's length against Hayes is bothering her too on the other end of the floor. It's been a really good matchup here between these two centers.
Good for them to be able to have somebody, as big and as good as them to play against occasionally too.
Because guess what? They get to that next level, they're all going to be that big and that good, if not even better. So it's great way to measure where you're at and what you need to get better at.
Park Center spreading the court here. Under a minute to play. And they entice Elk River to commit a reach-in foul there. And that foul goes against Cox. And there's one, boy, what you said earlier about unnecessary one.
Well, you're almost at half court, so there's no threat of giving a play up instead. And now Park Center in the double bonus. You got a great free throw shooter in Daniel Schaub. They haven't missed a free throw, I don't believe, in this game. So you're putting them on the line for free points.
It's a little different if you've maybe got a double team locked on, and now they do miss finally. But if you think you're just about to get a steal, it's a little different, and that wasn't the case there at all. Cox left wide open, but she'll go down low with it instead to Langben. Powers it up and in, and that's something that Coach Coet told me before the game. He said, we might look to exploit their guards' lack of size a little bit by posting up some of our guards.
Langben's 5'8". She's averaging over 6 points a game, so she's a capable scorer. And I love there. She called for it, she got it, and she was able to finish.
Simonette with the drive, and we will get another foul call against the Elks. They've got to adjust a little bit and stop fouling as much as they have been. Langben will pick it up, and Simonette to the free throw line. That was not going to be an easy shot, and I don't want to say you concede the shot, but you got to back off a little bit there.
Sometimes you play good defense, and if the offense makes a really difficult shot, you live to fight another trip down rather than, again, bailing them out, putting them on the free throw line where they've really been effective here in the first half.
Simonette goes 1 out of 2 here, so the Pirates' lead is 1, under a half minute to play in this opening half. Cox puts it on the deck here, and now to the baseline. Here's Hawk with a little reverse dribble and scores it.
Nice spin. She was going to her right. She spun baseline on her left there. Used her body extremely well.
And Schaub trying to get it to Hayes, but they're just not quite on the same page. And it goes out of bounds. So with 2 seconds left, Elk River leading by 1. We'll get one last crack at it here. Probably a half-court heave or something coming up.
Well, let's see if they use Scheid here in her length to try to get the ball down the court.
And going to be just a little too late. So we reach halftime here with our score, Elk River 22 and the Pirates 21. And, the first half that had, more defense probably than good offense early on, but we started to see a little bit of the offensive flow and talent from these teams later in that half.
I thought both teams defensively did a nice job. They defended the centers extremely well, and then now it's who's the supporting players who are going to step up, make plays. We saw the guards at Park Center able to get fouled, get to the free throw line.
And let's go down to Allie.
All right, thanks, Jay. Coach, before the game, you stressed the importance of really handling the defensive pressure that Park Center can put on your team. How do you think that went for your team through the first?
I think overall we did okay. There was a few times we coughed it up. Sometimes we just weren't knowing what we were supposed to be running at the time. I think for the most part we did a pretty decent job of handling their pressure.
What would you like to see differently out of your team from the first quarter or from the first half to the second?
Offensively, better execution. Recognizing when we have the open feed inside and getting the ball to Abby, attacking the basket when that's available, and just more poise and patience offensively.
Coach, good luck in the second half.
Thank you very much.
All right, back to you guys.
Thanks, Allie, and thanks to Coach Coette, and we'll hear from Coach Vanderhyde heading back into our second half here. We are at halftime of the Park Center Invitational. The Pirates trailing Elk River 22-21. We'll have first half highlights and then our second half of basketball coming up here on 12 Sports.
30 million Americans will suffer from an eating disorder at some point in their lives. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Hi, I work at the NEDA helpline. We have something called Click to Chat, which is a live chat with someone on the helpline, and they're really able to get support.
Call or visit the NEDA website today for help and hope.
The world is online, and we're all connected. While there's a lot to explore and discover, we each need to do our part to keep the internet safe. Cybersecurity starts with you. Learn how you can stay safe online at dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect.
Welcome back here to Park Center High School as the Pirates trailing Elk River 22-21 in a matchup of top 10 girls basketball teams in 4A as we check out some first half highlights in this one. Very slow start offensively really for both teams. This worked early though, Shaw up to Hayes. And she had a couple early buckets for the Pirates.
Yeah, use that two-man game. You saw a little bit of high-low as well. Here's another one where you saw gamble on defense. You give Hayes an easy path to the basket. Nice finish.
Here's Scheid, her counterpart, 6'3" post player, stepping out and showing an ability to knock down a three. That was their first bucket. They went a long time without a field goal.
There you can see it broke down on the inside. Defense collapses, you swing it around, you knock down an open three. That's when Elk River kind of was rolling offensively.
Nice drive by Simonette and the little pick and pop, and Hayes made her third basket of the first half for Park Center. Although, you know, overall Elk River did a pretty decent job. I thought both teams did against each other's star inside. There's the jumper knocked down by Gabby Hawk for the Elks from the corner, three-pointer. Park Center really drove the ball well late in the half, especially, and Schaub able to finish that one off nicely.
Schaub had a couple of them there. She finished. She got to the free throw line a bunch. So I thought their aggression offensively was really, really nice as they finished the half.
Langben posting up strong there to take it at Schaub as you get a look at our scores in the first half. Schaub with 8 and Hayes with 6 to lead the way for Park Center. Scheid 8 points. And Hawk had 6 for the Elks. We will continue with our halftime here and come back to Brooklyn Park Center High School in just a moment here on 12 Sports.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Will, for example. His first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television.
He's learning production skills and now has access to cutting-edge equipment. He's working on local music productions, meeting new people, and gaining experience needed to produce his own show. Best of all, he's sharing his passion for music with others in his community. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Volunteering is more than just a word. It's a window to opportunities. Take Mark, for example. By taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television, Mark is helping bring entertainment and information to his community, along with building a foundation of skills that will take him one step closer to his dreams. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think.
Billy! Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Good one, son.
Last summer, my new dad took me on vacation. First, we went deep sea fishing. Wow!
I'm so proud of you, son.
And then we went on Thunder Shark. That was awesome! Let's go again. 3 times. I gotta say, it was pretty cool.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Oh, not again.
And welcome back here to Park Center as the Pirates trailing Elk River by a single point at 22-21 as we get set for our second half of basketball action here as Park Center. Both teams will come back and play again here. It's not really a true tournament format, a bracketed type thing. They already have predetermined opponents that they'll be playing in the next round here on our second day. And let's go back to Allie.
Hey, thanks, Jay. Coach, just 6 points were scored by your team in the first 11 minutes of the game. What wasn't connecting offensively for your team?
I'm not sure. Just the way they defensively pack in, missing some shots, and then we missed a bunch of layups, I thought, too. But and our offense seems out of sync right now. Hopefully we fixed it.
How do you guys get that offense back in sync for the second half?
I think one thing is just calmness. If we get jittery against their defense, then we turn the ball over, we take bad shots, and we get out of sync offensively. But if we just stay calm and do what we need to do, I think we'll be fine.
All right, good luck in the second half, Coach. All right, back to you guys.
Thanks, Alan, and thanks, Coach Vanderhyde. And he's brought a very calm presence. He's got a nice mixture of fire and ice. I think we saw in the state tournament. He can get up and make his point known, but he's also just a very nice guy that the players really seem to enjoy playing for.
Well, and I love what he said there. We got to calm down, and that's sometimes you watch this helter-skelter back and forth, and you get playing fast. You're down a couple. You feel like you got to get it back, and hey, if we just calm down, we got the players. We know what our game plan is. Let's just slow down. Let's execute it, and we'll be just fine. And, hopefully it's not always easy when you're trying to get 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old girls to follow suit. But, he sounds like he thinks he fixed it at halftime. So I expect both teams to execute a little bit more efficient here in the second half.
And Park Center, as we talked about at the time, did a really good job of, when you're struggling offensively, what's one way you can really start to get back into it?
get to the free throw line.
Get to the free throw line, yep.
No, I thought they really did a nice job of attacking. Let's see if they can carry that over, because not only will they get to the free throw line, but Elk River is going to start running out of fouls, and players are going to get foul trouble, and that could really change the personnel for both teams here in the second half.
Yeah, Elk River used just 2 subs in that first half. Here's Hayes, but Kramer came and snuck up on the backside. Got a piece of that ball on the way up. A guard's dream there to see have somebody not see you coming and just swipe it away as she's shooting it.
They said, Michaela, we're sick of you blocking our shots. I'm going to block one of your shots from the blind side. But as a guard, you'll take it any way you can.
Drive by Cox, missed it, but Scheid is there to clean it up.
And that's why penetration is so big. Even though she missed that, she brought Michaela Hayes over on the help, and that allowed Scheid to sneak in on the backside, get the offensive rebound, and finish it. Nice way to start the second half.
Blakemore looking inside, will kick it across to Schaub. Hayes briefly had good position there, but Scheid able to get around. See Kramer sinking down to be that backside help. Here's Schaub putting it on the deck. Blakemore over to Hayes. And a little trouble with the dribble, but got it back.
And you see, it looks like the Pirates have slowed down a little bit. They're not playing at that helter-skelter type of pace. So I think that's exactly what Coach Vanderheide was talking about. It seems like they've come out and done that.
And knocked off Iobamadeli's leg, so she is allowed to go recover that as it was tipped by the defender. I always like it when you have a good long possession. If it ends in a hoop, then you say great possession. If it doesn't, then you say...
We got to be more aggressive,
yeah, exactly,
you know? Yeah.
Across to Blakemore. Here's Hayes with a little room to operate, kicks it back over. Blakemore putting up the 3, and she nails it.
What a great possession, Jay. No, I do. I like what they did there. They just slowed it down. They had some great ball rotation, a couple extra passes, and it leads to a nice open 3 by Blakemore. She was in rhythm, had a nice look, and knocked it down.
Little collision there on that pass. Yeah, playing fast doesn't mean you have to shoot the ball quickly all the time, and I think that's what sometimes teams struggle with, and not just Park Center here tonight. It's everybody at every level.
Yeah, and you see they got really good spacing on that possession too, and Elk River does a nice job of collapsing defensively. They're trying to take that lane away, and if you get some ball movement, ball rotation, you're going to get a good look. And that time Blakemore was ready to do it. On the other end, we just saw it was the 3rd foul, is a legal screen on Wentland.
That's her 3rd here very early in the second half. So Park Center looking to take the lead back here, tied up at 24 apiece in the early going of half 2. Iobamadeli, some room. She'll step in and shoot that shot, but it's off the back of the iron, and then Simonette fouls trying to get to that rebound. So Park Center going to apply a little full court pressure here as Cox gets set to inbound that ball. Little back cut here. Hawk going up inside, missed it. Scheid gets control of the rebound, and she rushed it and missed.
Yep.
And then Hayes grabs it. Blakemore spinning into trouble there, but picks it up. Now Schaub turning the corner, missed, but it's almost like an assist there for Hayes.
Yeah, and you can tell they're trained to do that. They drive. They know that if they draw the defender with them, just throw it up. Even if they don't make it, they know Michaela Hayes is going to be there to clean it up. Excellent offense. And again, all set up by dribble penetration to the basket. Get out.
Hawk with it. Down to the baseline, left it way short. A lot of traffic she dribbled into there. Schaub cut off by Kramer. Simonette looking. Hayes flashing to the free throw line now. Blakemore. After she made that last one, they were a little quicker to get out on her there.
Close out on her, yep.
Schaub giving it over to Hayes and then kicks it to Simonette from the wing, and no good. And the rebound controlled there by Wentland.
I thought that was really good offense by Park Center. And I thought that was really good defense too by the Elks, rotating, helping each other out, not allowing a wide open look, at least contesting that jump shot.
Wentland steps out and nails it. It's a 2. She had 1 foot on the line. So Elks battle back to tie it up.
They were trying to go high-low there with Wentland and Scheid, and Wentland's defender sagged down to cover Scheid. Wentland just said, all right, I'll knock it down. She knocks down, according to Rick Patino, the worst shot in all of basketball, the long 2. Look at that, foot just on the line. You know what? It's a nice shot. I don't like getting cut up watching your feet. If you're open, you take it down, you knock it down.
I agree completely. I understand what they mean by that, but at the same time, in the flow of a game, you just have to take what's there.
You're there, you step into it. If you're looking at your feet, it can take you out of your rhythm. You're more worried about that.
Blakemore a runner, and she goes back and gets it herself. Schaub kept the dribble alive, blocked, but then Hayes scores it.
Well, Hayes is going to get the stats there, the rebound and the putback and the points, but I just love that Schaub is attacking the way she is. It's putting a lot of pressure on Elk River's defense.
Going to get a foul call going against Kramer here. That will be her 3rd. They had a bad turnover, and then they compounded by fouling on the way back up court. And Elk River is going to ask for a timeout. So although they did stop a fast break there, but I don't think Kramer in that spot that they wanted her to take her 3rd.
Yeah, and that's already 3 team fouls here to start the second half. You see it now. You look up at the scoreboard. A lot of them have 2, some have 3, so it's going to play a role. I think Park Center needs to keep attacking on the offensive end, and you can see Michaela Hayes, one of her strengths is they don't run a lot of set offense for her, where they're trying to get her in the post. They'll do some high-low for that, but she's just great at reading her teammates as they're driving. She gets herself in a position where if there is a miss, she's right there, and she's able to finish, too, very effectively. So nice job, and she's in double figures.
Well, and I think it's helped that they have, been playing good teams, not just this year, but the past couple, too, because I think, teams that rely on one person too much, you get in the state tournament and you face somebody that knows how to take that away and scheme to get the ball out of her hands, and all of a sudden, what do we do? But they're not in that spot. They know other players can and have stepped up.
Yep. Yeah, the hardest teams to defend are the ones where, they're balanced, right? They got 4 or 5 girls that can all score. If you got one person you're keying in on, you slow them down, it's an easy victory, but they've done a nice job. They figured out, and that's a foul right there. And I like that they're going into her down there, forcing Scheid to play some defense there. She just got too aggressive on to get that steal.
Be the 2nd on Scheid, so not anything to be super concerned with yet, but then again, fouls can have a way of sneaking up on you and happen in a row, too. So Michael will inbound here for Park Center. They lead it by 2. And
five-second violation, yeah.
Well, that one seemed a little quicker.
I thought both of them
first.
seemed pretty quick, but you can see Elk River, they're pressuring those passing lanes, and that's the second 5-second, and really out of those underneath out of bounds, there's no excuse to not at least get the ball in.
Scheid giving it back over. Lockmiller lost the dribble. Simonette got in the way of that one, and then Hayes takes it.
Excellent defense. Great. Help the helper, we call that. You go help someone else, and then you come back and you get in the lane.
Nice dish by Schaub, and a foul committed by Lockmiller coming over to help out on Hayes. Schaub really had to adjust that pass in midair because it looked like Scheid was going to maybe have a chance to pick it off, and she kind of held it a little longer and arced it a little bit more and got it right on target.
Yeah, and again, you saw Scheid gamble, right? Trying to steal that entry pass, and it gives Michaela Hayes a free rein right to the basket. I'd like to see Scheid just play behind her, play defense. Michaela Hayes has not taken the ball and made a one-on-one move and scored on her yet.
But in fairness to Abby, I'm guessing that's how they're coaching it, is that they want her to be doing what she's doing in terms of half front.
Right, but if you're going to gamble, then you better get home on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you put your team in a bad position where you're forcing a smaller player to come over and guard a 6'3" athletic center.
So Lockmiller picked up her 4th foul, although I think you'd call that probably a good foul. It was going to be a layup, and they end up getting 1 free throw made. Blakemore will be called for the reach in here. A lot of Park Center fans groaning, felt like she had gotten basketball there.
Well, the total fouls has to be about 20-7, 20-6. So I don't think the Pirates have a whole lot to complain about. But again, they've been the more aggressive team too.
Here's a drive down the lane, but missed by Wentland. And then a putback try by Hawk, and it is good, and she'll get an and one. Gabby Hawk showing some strength like she did earlier, too. Able to battle through contact and get it to go.
Watch what she does here, Jay. She tips this ball right there, almost like a pass, knowing where she was going to be, just had quick hands, tips it to herself, and she's a really good scorer. Creative down by the basket there, able to finish it, but does not finish the three-point play, but a much-needed basket there for the Elks.
So the Pirates lead cut to 1 now, under 12 to play in the ball game. Buford over to Schaub. Schaub driving it down the lane, shied with the block on Schaub there. Now Blakemore's turn though, and she'll get the layup to go.
Blakemore's had a big second half here, hit a 3 to start the scoring here, and there she gets another basket. She's got 5 of her 7 here in the second half.
Langban threw it away as Iobamadeli jumped right in there to steal it. Here's Iobamadeli fouled by Langban. And she'll go to the free throw line.
How about that defense on one end? Come watch where she comes over. We don't get to see it there, but now that's one of those where that's a no call to me, don't you think? When you stand, the defender was in place, wasn't moving, but she earned that by she came way over from the opposite three-point line defensively, stole that post pass, and flew down the other end. Really an athletic play, an athletic sequence.
4-point lead now for Park Center, and Iobamadeli will look to make it 5 if she can knock down another free throw, and she does exactly that. So she is 4 out of 4 at the line here this evening. Biggest lead here for the Pirates, 33-28. Langban coming out to get it, now to Hawk. They've got Kramer out of there now, so they're using a few different ball handlers here. Shied, threw it behind the cutter there, and Coach Coette not at all happy with that one. He showed some frustration there as just as Wentland went to cut, the pass sailed behind her shoulder.
Well, and that's where Abby Scheidt's got it as a senior, as someone who's, obviously a very talented player. You got to make that eye contact right there. Before you make that pass, you got to know that that's part of just trusting your teammates and just knowing where each other is going to be as well. Before you throw that, especially when you're down 5 on the road in a tough environment, those are the kind of turnovers you see Coach Coette's reaction. Those are the turnovers you got to eliminate.
And those are the ones that you feel strongly enough about. I'm not going to tell you about it later. It's going to be right now. I need a timeout right this instant.
Now. Yep, absolutely.
And it serves to break Park Center's rhythm a little bit here, too. I mean, I don't think either team has had what you'd call much rhythm in terms of, stringing points together here, but certainly things trending Park Center's way.
I think Elk River's got to find a way to get Scheid the ball, get her in the flow here. She's not getting a lot of touches. When she is, it's 25 feet from the basket. She's averaging under 20 points. They need to go back, making a focused effort, getting her the ball, and then drawing that double team, kicking it out, and then getting open looks, because that's where they were having success in the first half, and I think they got to get back to that.
And I don't think be afraid to, if you get doubled, kick it out and then right back in either.
Yep.
Iobamadeli takes the inbound pass and now give it over to Schaub. Handing it off to Buford now. Here's Blakemore. Buford going to launch a long one from the top. She's a good shooter, but that one wouldn't roll in, and Langban grabs it. Langban with it out high. Now with Hayes out, they really want to get it into Scheid. She gets good deep position here and scores with the left hand.
That's exactly, and you could tell they went 4 around 1, and she was working position on that, and they did a nice job getting a good angle, let her right into it, and she was able to finish. I keep going to that. Force Park Center to change their defense, or force, especially now too with Michaela Hayes on the bench. Abby Scheidt's got to be eyeballs big, demanding that basketball every possession.
Buford, little change of pace dribble there, gets it back. Oops, Iobamadeli, open 15-footer, and it ends up an air ball.
And as a coach, what do that's a great shot. That was a good offense. You got a penetration. Buford had a great unselfish pass. And that's a shot she's going to knock down probably 6, 7 out of 10 times. So it wasn't a contested shot. That's good offense.
And a dangerous pass there, and Io Bomadelli with the steal. Simonette back for Io Bomadelli. Ooh, and Hayes just a step unshide, but couldn't get it to her. Or elected not to anyway. Here's Schaub now, trying to get them into their offense, and the wing pressure there, and it's thrown away as Simonette realized she wasn't really open, just kind of tried to like post up out on the wing, and that's never really an effective way to do it.
Yeah, and Kelsey Cox did a nice job denying that pass, and you had Ava Kramer getting ball pressure, so Elk River picking up the intensity defensively, trying to make it uncomfortable for Park Center. Park Center is able to throw it around freely. They've been really successful, but handling pressure has not been one of their strong points in there. Elk River attacks the basket. Wentland goes right to the basket and gets the call.
Looks like Io Bomadelli will pick this one up. It was a good, strong, aggressive drive as they kind of inverted, had their post shied out high, and Wentland posting. And when she saw a little room, you know, she was thinking, I'm going to draw a foul here. It was a good move.
Well, and that's where I think, remember when Scheid knocked that 3 down to start the game? And I think that forces Michaela Hayes to come out and respect that shot. It gets her away from the basket. Some of these forwards for Elk River now feel a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more confident attacking the basket.
They have not been nearly as good as PC from the line tonight. Wentland gets 1 out of 2 there. And so the lead is now 2 at 33-31 as Elks have fought back into it. They were down by 5 a moment ago. Hayes is back in there, and Scheid defending her. Now they get it to Hayes. Ooh, Scheid nearly picking up another foul. Little pull-up jumper, though, won't drop. And Hawk comes up with it for the Elks. Kramer's back in there. Wentland now trying to pitch it inside. Pretty good D, though. And Hawk going to the middle and gets tripped up and will go to the free throw line.
Well, she's got a knack, doesn't she, of getting fouled. You know, she leads the team as far as free throw attempts, her and Scheid together. So she's able to get to that free throw line. She's going to go to the line 4 to 6 times a game, and she's just a scorer. She has a knack for how to draw fouls.
She has just been 1 for 3 from the line tonight, make it 2 for 4. She has 9 points now, and the Elks have a chance to tie it up if Hawk can make this second free throw. Simonette was just kind of wrong place at the wrong time on that one. It was just their knees hit on the way by. Second free throw also good. And Elk River has scored 5 in a row to get back to a tie now at 33-33. Here's Dubois checked in now for the Pirates. Out to Simonette, and she is fouled. She did a good job of keeping her body between Cox and the ball there, and Cox ends up bumping into her.
Yeah, and here's the thing now. The game's tight. You're under 9 minutes. That's the 7th team foul. So that foul right there, maybe in the first half you go for it, you don't get it. But now you're fouling 35, 40 feet away from the basket, putting a very good free throw shooter on the line. Those are possessions where you're giving points away with fouls like that.
Simonette, second free throw, also good. All of her points from the line here this evening.
And we saw in the first half, Park Center struggling to score. All of a sudden you get in the bonus, the free throws, and all of a sudden that basket looks a lot bigger. So Elk River got to play aggressively, you know, defensively, but they can't put Park Center on the free throw line here.
Baseline drive by Cox, and she finishes. Quick first step.
Wow. She exploded, Jay, right to the baseline. Not only that, but she slid her body through the help defender and finished that. Ooh. Yeah.
Traveling. Credit Scheid with that one. She came over to interrupt what Schaub wanted to do.
Watch this move, just explodes, and then watch her go right through the second defender coming over. A really nice, quick move.
Near still there by Simonette. And almost here's Cox firing from the wing, too strong. I'm going to say it almost looked like they forgot that Cox was left-handed on that last drive, too.
Well, they're going to get a foul. That's going to be the 4th foul on Wentland. As Hayes went up, got the rebound. That looked like it was going to be a jump ball. Instead, it's the 8th team foul. So here you are again, 80 feet away from the basket with a foul, sending Michaela Hayes to the free throw line.
So 8th foul, a couple more till they're in the double bonus, but right now 1-1 for Park Center, and they've been good at the line tonight, but not that time as Hayes unable to get it to go here. So we stay tied up. Hawk to the baseline. Cox open, but sails it way over the hoop. And Hayes rebounds. Here's Osseo Bomadelli. Chance for 3-on-1. Simonet for the layup.
Nice. Beautiful pass. Beautiful look by Schaub. Over to Simonet, who finishes it. That's the thing, Elk River, you focus on trying to get that offensive rebound. You don't have balance and someone back waiting for him.
Cox shoots it up there, no good. Simonet the rebound, another foul on the Elks. I think it'll be Cox there stepping in. That would be her fourth.
And there you go, nice job. There's that offensive balance. You go attack the rebound, you don't get back on defense. Easy layup for Simonet.
Great pass by Osseo Bomadelli in transition, and good spacing too. A lot of times something that's a little bit overlooked is if you're running up the court and not really in a position to be open, that doesn't do you any good.
Well, not only that, but you'll see so many times too that girls will throw it ahead and they don't lead the player to the basket. That time, beautiful one-handed bounce pass, and it led Simonet right to the basket.
Simonet calmly steps up and buries a couple more free throws here, and PC leads by 4.
I'll tell you, if Park Center hangs on to win this game, one of the strong points is going to be the way they shot free throws tonight. They have taken advantage of getting there, and they've certainly executed.
Here's Hawk looking to drive. Osseo Bomadelli, another steal. Simonet to Dubois, goes for the reverse, and it's good.
What a play.
Didn't take it at Scheid. She just dribbled to the other side, reverse layup. PC up by 6.
There's the throw ahead. Watch Dubois just to have the presence there. It looked like Scheid was going to get that block. That was the old Top Gun movie. You hit the brakes, it flies right by, and then having the presence to finish the reverse on the other side. How about this run? Park Center up by 6.
Osseo Bomadelli starting it all with that steal, and see quick passing. Ball never hits the floor until that one dribble by Dubois for the reverse layup. Kind of had eyes in the back of her head there, because if she just took a normal layup, that was going to be a highlight play blocked shot.
Yep. And sometimes you just feel that too. It's like a quarterback feeling that pocket collapse. But my Scottie Pippen comparison for Osseo Bomadelli is pretty right on, isn't she? I mean, she's all over the place defensively. She's kind of an unsung hero. You look at the stats, she might end up with 8 or maybe 10 points, but how many times is she getting steals and getting rebounds or getting the pass that leads to the pass? She's one of those girls you always want on your team.
So Park Center having one of its best stretches of the game to take a 6-point lead as they've scored 6 in a row. And it can be a tough role playing, kind of irregular minutes like Dubois, and to come in and make a big play like that obviously will boost her confidence too. Kramer almost lost it there.
Well, let's see if Elk River is able to go back down low, playing it into Scheid, and that time again, guess who?
Osseo Bomadelli the steal. Blakemore for the layup. It's good.
In those post passes Elk River's trying to get to Scheid, there's too much air on it. Park Center's just they're reading the eyes of being able to play those passes. They got to get the ball down low quickly and ball fake too.
And we will get a foul on Blakemore fighting through the screen there. It'll be her 3rd. Schaub will check back in. Blakemore will get a breather, but it's been playing well here. So 8-point lead for Park Center. For a long time, you really got the feeling that we wouldn't see this big of a lead for either team all game, but now they've been able to break it open just a little bit here. Lockmiller kicks it across. They're really concentrating on trying to get the ball to Scheid, but Park Center is just sagging now. Weak side, Langban, and fouled by Osseo Bomadelli.
So Osseo Bomadelli, what she's doing is she's kind of roaming defensively. She's not really guarding her girl. She's paying really close attention to Scheid, and that time Elk River finally made her pay with that quick look, and Osseo Bomadelli almost got back to get the block, but had a little bit of contact.
So Langban to the free throw line here for the Elks. Another lefty, and her free throw is good. Michael will check back in. Io Bomadelli gets a breather for Park Center, 43-36. And makes a pair. So 43-37 our score. Here's Hayes with it at the free throw line here for Park Center. Now Schaub giving it back. Dubois, oops, a reaching call there against Lockmiller, and that'll be number 5.
You know, and if you're watching this game, you're thinking, God, I don't know if that was a foul, but regardless, when you have 4 fouls, number 1, number 2, the next foul is going to put Park Center in the double bonus. You have to adjust to how the referees are calling that. If you're going to gamble, you've got to make sure you get home and get a clean steal there. Instead, that's Lockmiller's 5th foul. She's going to be out of the game. And now you're putting Park Center, for the double bonus. They're going to be shooting 2 regardless from here on out.
The Elks have really only used 2 subs all night, so Lockmiller fouling out means, right now it'd be kind of a tall order to put somebody in at this point. I mean, they may have to, but somebody else who hasn't played at all yet to throw them into this game late like this. Dubois misses the free throw.
Yeah, rare miss for the Pirates.
Second one is good, so the lead is 7 now for Park Center. Kramer looking for a high screen, and Schaub's going to be called for the body foul there. She knew a screen was coming, and she wasn't willing to concede and be picked off. She was going to jump over it.
Yeah, and a nice job that time by the Elks, too. Knowing that the way it's being called, being the aggressive one, getting the contact. Kramer's got to knock these 2 down. You get it to a 5-point game with 5.5 minutes left. So obviously still a very winnable game for Elk River.
Pirates will be playing Minnetonka here on Wednesday, and the Elks will be taking on Eden Prairie back here at Park Center as part of this 2-day event. Second free throw no good, so gets 1 out of 2, and it's a 6-point game.
And this is where, remember Park Center had that possession, Jay, where it was about a 45-second runoff, bunch of ball reversals, and they got an open look. This is where you want to have one of those kind of possessions. You're in no hurry unless you get a layup.
Hayes traveled, I believe, yes. The pass kind of led her into the defender, and it was just an awkward type of near collision there and ended up shuffling them.
Yeah, and that's a hard-ass task. You're center to go get that in traffic and catch it and then be able to put it down on the ball on the ground. So
Kramer picks it up, swings it across. Langben attacking and is fouled. Michael will pick up the foul.
How about that quick step too by Langben? Able to, the ball somehow made it over to her. She rips through and takes the contact. So now we're seeing Elk River starting to get some more of those calls because they're being more aggressive, attacking the basket.
Free throw is good. Langren's second one is short. And so the lead stays at 5 here, 44-39. Here's Schaub on the back cut. Ooh, it looked like Kramer got a piece of her, but no, it's going to stay with Park Center.
And you can hear the crowd. I thought there was some contact too. Let's see if we can see that. Nice, excellent job by our camera people. Oh, that looks like a pretty...
A little bit of a forearm into the back. They might have started to think, gosh, we can't call a foul every time down. There's Kramer and Schaub fighting for it. Timeout taken by Coach Vanderhyde. So no foul there. We get a timeout requested. Kind of interesting because he was up yelling at one official. Meanwhile, the other was granting him a timeout. Boy, she's got an awful lot of arm there. But I guess they had granted the timeout.
What I wonder
already.
is if Coach Vanderhyde hadn't got the timeout, if the foul then would have been called.
I would hope so. It sure looked like it.
Hey, you don't fault Elk River. They're maybe sensing urgency here, down 5 with under 5 minutes to play. That hey, we got to pick up the intensity, and they're trying, and they're going for it. And this is where Park Center at this point in the game, Jay, you don't need to take risks, right? If the pass isn't there, you don't force it. We got to make sure that we're not careless turnovers. making sure that we're watching out for double teams, that kind of thing. And if they can execute that way and knock free throws down, this game is theirs to take. Oh,
Simonette missed Michael there, pretty open and close to her.
A little screen-to-screener action, and Michaela Hayes drew the defense, and Michael was wide open for a layup.
Back to Simonette. Handing it over, here's Schaub driving it. Picks up the dribble, now Dubois. And looked like she had a layup. Instead goes to Simonette for three, and it's good.
It's all risk reward. You risk not getting a layup, you kick it off to Simonette, and the reward is a three-pointer. The lead, the biggest of the night at 8 points. What a sequence.
Dubois pressuring the ball there. They almost lost it. Now Langben and Simonette get all tangled up. Down low, Cox with the layup.
You can see the crowd starting to get into it. There's bodies flying everywhere. It's getting a little bit more physical. It seems like the refs are allowing that to go.
6-point game. Here's Hayes. Didn't see Michael flashing down low. And then a takeaway by Kramer. Here's Hawk into the front court for the Elks. Around a screen, layup short. Scheid, the rebound, scores.
Nice.
This one's not over yet, a 4-point game. And now we get a foul in the backcourt.
Who are they going to get? They calling the foul on Park Center, I believe, Jay. Here's a look at that layup we saw in the previous play.
Yeah, it is Dubois who will pick up the foul.
And there's Scheid just following up, and then I didn't see it. It looked like there was a turnover quick, and they called the foul on Park Center. I think they got the foul on Dubois.
Yeah. And Kramer not able to make them pay, though.
Well, and keep in mind, the Elks are in the double bonus as well from here on out, so they're going to get 2. And this make here would cut it down to a 1-possession game. Plenty of fight left still in these Elks.
Free throw is good. Kramer gets 1 out of 2, 47-44. Simonette drives, dishes to Hayes. Kramer up high, chasing on Schaub. Schaub turns the corner, and then Scheid steals the pass. Here comes Hawk. She will go right to the bucket. Hawk's layup is good.
Wow. I thought there was contact there too, Jay. That's fortunate for the Pirates. That wasn't a 3-point play. And just like that, the intensity's picked up for the Elks. We have a 1-point game.
The gym has gotten much louder than it's ever been tonight. Here's Shaw, and layup won't quite drop it. She will go to the line.
Well, let's see here. Let's look at Hawk here driving. There was some definite contact there. And again, Elk River, I think just their defensive intensity picked up about 10-20% here the last 3 or 4 possessions. And Schaub able to drive, and she's going to get 2 free throws where she's been automatic all night long there except for that one. All of a sudden you start to feel the weight of the game, the pressure a little bit when it comes down to the last couple minutes.
And Schaub misses a pair, and the Elks have a chance to take the lead back. Wasn't long ago when looked like Park Center might be going to pull away in this one. They were up 47-39. Kramer giving it to Scheid. And back out to Kramer here. About 2:10 to go in the contest. A 1-point lead for Park Center.
But I'll tell you, who's really been the spark here.
Wentland, a wild miss. Scheid the rebound. Hayes blocked it. Now Cox trying to get it over to Scheid. She does. The layup's good.
It's a game of inches. The ball just pops right into the hands of Scheid, and she has the presence of mind to go right up with it before Michaela Hayes could get back and challenge it. The Elks take a 1-point lead.
Chris Vanderheide uses a timeout here. Elk River has rattled off 9 points in a row to go up by 1.
Wow.
Last possession wasn't pretty, but it got done.
You can see it. Michaela Hayes, again, a nice block. Now watch this ball just kick right into the hands of Scheid. I don't know if that might have been passed. I think
Oh,
it might have been.
Yeah, Cox got it to her even though she was on the ground.
That might have been a play of the game right there. Kelsey Cox on the ground with 3 defenders around her, with having the presence of mind to pass that over to Scheid, and Scheid finishes it. I'll tell you what, Park Center is going to look back and think maybe they should have tried to take more clock in some of those possessions, forced Elk River to come out and foul them. Either way, and a couple of really nice plays defensively by Elk River, too, to get the ball. And you're talking about they were just down 8, it seemed like a minute ago, and now they got a 1-point lead. What an exciting last couple of minutes.
Now we'll see how Park Center responds to that. Sometimes when you get into the mode of sort of protecting a lead a little bit, then when you fall behind, it's tough to kind of get back into your normal offensive flow.
I think at this point, with 1:43 left, you're not worried about you're worried about getting the best shot you can get. So you're coming out of this timeout with probably some type of set play that you're looking to get out of it. You hopefully get a good bucket, get the lead, and then you rely on defense to win the game for you.
Blakemore will inbound here for Park Center, gets it into Schaub. And the Pirates looking to get it done here, down by 1. Schaub looking at the high post, but it goes the other way to Simonet now. Simonet looking to turn the corner, got a screen from Hayes, but missed it. And the Elks up with it. Here's Kramer. No need for Park Center to be fouling yet. They've just got to play good D here. Now timeout Elk River, 1:08 to go in the game.
This is where scouting comes into play. If you're Park Center right now, you got to know who do you want to foul. Now remember, it's the double bonus. Who's a good free throw shooter? Who don't you want to foul? That kind of thing. And if you're Elk River, you're trying to get the ball in the hands. Certainly Kramer's a 75% free throw shooter. Hawk, only a 62% free throw shooter. Scheid is a 70% free throw shooter, so some pretty good shooters out on the floor for Elk River.
Pirates, I think, just need to be looking to be aggressive. I mean, the odds that Elk River's going to hold the ball the last minute 8, I don't think are very good, so they don't need to, like you said, definitely be conscious of who we want to foul, but I don't think they're at that point yet.
No, you come out of this, you're saying, all right, let's get a steal. Let's create a turnover. But as we get down to it, you got to start thinking, if we can't get a turnover, we don't want to give up a basket. We may have to foul.
And say on the inbound, my first thought would be don't pass it to whoever Io Bombadelli's guarding because she'll probably steal it. Cox.
Oh, nice move, nice play. Good decision by Cox. She could have forced up a tough shot there. Instead, kicks it out. Really heads-up play.
Elks playing keep away with it out high here. Wentland gets it over to Kramer. Under 50 to go now. Kramer kicks it over to Wentland, making the Pirates chase. And Simonet will be called for the foul, but not a bad one in that spot. You're trying to create something.
And again, Kramer, 75% free throw shooter coming into the game. Yeah, nice. What is she tonight?
2 for 3 tonight.
2 for 3, yeah. No, I thought that was a really nice possession, Elk River. They took about 28 seconds off the clock, and they got a guard that's a good shooter to the free throw line.
And she promptly misses. So one more here for Kramer to try to make it a 2-point lead. And misses them both, but Wentland gets it back.
Oh, wow.
Now Cox into a double team and a timeout by Elk River before a tie-up or foul.
How about that offensive rebound, Jay? Kramer misses both free throws. The second one was way short. Got a good bounce, and I think was that Wentland that got that offensive rebound? Yeah.
Sometimes, in fairness to the defense, sometimes you're just not expecting a free throw to be that short on the rim.
No, absolutely. And a heads-up play by Wentland. She's 6 feet tall, so she's very capable. Let's watch how this ball came off. I mean, look at them. It's just a hard miss. And not only that, but to have the presence to get rid of it before she went to the ground for travel. And I like the timeout right there, saving his team. Even though Elk River does have, the possession arrow in their favor, knowing that that might be critical later in the game. He uses their last timeout. And that could also be critical because now if Park Center able to pressure the defense here, you could get a 5-second call out of this. You could get a bad pass, a hurried pass. So that was a big sequence of events right there.
Elk River, just one senior in their lineup, but the rest are juniors, so it's not like they're all, young newcomers to varsity or anything. Cox will inbound here for the Elks. Gets it into Hawk. Out near half court, into trouble. Tied up by Simonette, but it will stay with Elk River as they have the alternating possession. Arrow.
I was just going to say, I don't know why they don't use the backcourt, Jay, where they have so much more room to inbound that ball.
Inbounded to Kramer. Pass tip, Blakemore the steal. Now Hayes got it over to Iobamadeli. Park Center down one as they hit the front court. Will they take a timeout or just go? And they're going to use a timeout here. 17 seconds left.
That's where, Jay, I think if you get the ball in the backcourt where you have so much more space and you're forcing the defense to cover so much more area as opposed to half the court. And instead Park Center just too aggressive, too athletic, scrappy, and they're playing like their lives are on the line, and that's how you want your team to play, and they're able to get the turnover. Fortunately, I thought Park Center might get called for a travel there. As I couldn't see who that was, got to the ground, but got rid of the ball before that happened. Big-time defensive play.
So now we'll see what Chris Vanderheide can cook up here as Park Center will have an opportunity to have some last-second heroics here, trailing it by a point with 17 seconds left in the contest.
This is where offensively you've worked on these kind of game situations all year and during practice. This is where you're watching for back doors, for double picks, ball screens. Do you try to go inside to Michaela Hayes where she can get an easy layup, or do you use your guards who have had tremendous success driving to the basket? You try to get them an open lane and spread the floor. And defensively you say, hey, we got to help each other out, and if you're going to foul, make sure you don't let them get an and one. You make them earn it at the free throw line, but still 17 seconds, and this is where not having a timeout could really be big too for Elk River.
One timeout now remaining for Park Center. Simonette will inbound. Elk River's not going to pressure the inbound. Now Iobamadeli to Hayes. Hayes swings it across. Blakemore for the lead. It's good.
Wow.
Blakemore nails it. No timeouts for the Elks. Here they come. Hot trying to get it inside. Iobamadeli to steal, and Park Center is going to hang on to win it.
Wow. What an ending, Jay. How about Michaela Hayes? Cross-court pass. Over to, was that Blakemore that hit that? Blakemore knocks down another three. And they go up by two. Oh, what a finish. I was wondering, too, at the end here. Watch Michaela Hayes here. She turns and faces, feeling that pressure. Look at that skip pass. And how about the sophomore stepping up big with another three-pointer to put their team up two. And then I almost thought this might be a foul here at the end. They were trying to get it to Scheid. There was some contact there. Referees let it go. How about that finish? How about just the resiliency of the Pirates to come back? They were up 8, then they go down. They fight back. What a finish.
Fantastic game here tonight, and Park Center will prevail. Final is 50-48. We will come back and wrap things up here in just a moment from Park Center.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Lindsay, for example. Her first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television. Right away, she received professional training and now has the tools and skills necessary to produce her own show. She's turning dreams into realities right from her own home. And best of all, she's sharing her passion with members of her community and beyond. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
It's a thriller at Park Center, and the Pirates pull it out 50-48. Let's go down to Allie.
Hey, thanks, guys. I have someone who's not a stranger to interviews down here post-game, Michaela Hayes, and a newcomer for us with Summer Blackmore. We'll just start out here with Summer. Summer taking the game-winning shot, the buzzer beater, three-pointer from a pass from the girl to your right. Walk us through that play.
Well, it was like initially for Michaela to get a look to the basket, but then I don't know, she didn't have anything, so I kind of just like tried to get open, and yeah.
I heard Coach Vanderhyde say at that timeout right before that, the end of the game, he said, we got to take a chance. That chance fell in your hands. Did you have that confidence that you could make that shot?
Well, yeah, I knew I had to take it, so I just thought it would go in, so yeah, I took it.
You guys hadn't played a game in a full week. This is your first game from over the holidays. Did you guys feel like you kind of had to ease back in and find your rhythm in this game again?
Well, no, I didn't feel like that long off because we had practices and stuff like that, so it was just a normal game.
All right. Normal, another day, just getting the game-winning points over here for Summer. We'll switch it over to Michaela Hayes. Michaela, it was a slow start offensively for your team. You guys only had 6 points in the first 11 minutes of the game. How were you guys able to kind of move forward and start putting up points?
Well, on offense, we kept getting looks, but they're a really good team, so I played really good defense, so it took us a while. But then when we transitioned, we also have to do our thing on defense. So as the game kept going, I think we got into the groove of it and then started playing really well.
This was a very close game the entire way through. What proved most difficult against this Elk River team?
I think just like our mentality about the game, like staying strong through the whole thing, because if we stood down, then I think we would have lost it. And we played really good defense. I think our defense was the most, and just being mentally strong about the whole game.
Between you and Abby Scheid, you guys are two of the best players in the state. What was that matchup like tonight out on the court?
She's a really good player. I don't play against players that are taller than me most of the time, so it was a really big adjustment for me. But I think it was good competition, and I think we had a really good game against each other.
You guys had a great game. I think we all thought that maybe this game wasn't going to be yours, but you guys are here at the end of it with a big victory. Congrats.
Thank you.
All right, we'll send it back up to you guys.
Thanks very much, Allie, and congratulations to the Pirates. Boy, they had a big run to go up 8, and Elk River had that impressive run, but the final play comes down to it, and they make it.
You know what the most important run is? The one at the end of the game, right? You know, just a fun game. I thought both teams played. They showed a lot of grit defensively. Elk River just stormed back into the game there, took the lead, and how about the sophomore, stepping up and hitting that big three? And I love to see that, Michaela Hayes and Scheid go at it too. It was everything we thought it would be and a little bit more. A really fun game to call.
So we hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast here from Park Center. It was a thriller. The Pirates win it 50-48. For Ryan Iverson, Allie Arlton, all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from Park Center High School.
Thank you.